So welcome back to the channel, and one of the worst things of being a photographer in the Netherlands is this: traffic. You know, especially in autumn and winter when the sunrise times are connecting with the times that normal people have to go to their work. So for me that's always a bit of a struggle, you know, or I have to leave way too early and wait for like 1.5 hours, or like today when I had a bit of a last minute decision to go out. Chances of getting stuck in traffic are enormous. So I'm gonna try to make my way through this as soon as possible, and yeah, hopefully I will still be able to catch some of that beautiful morning light, because yeah, that sky looks absolutely amazing with some really nice red clouds. Yeah, so we're just gonna cross our fingers that we're gonna get through this as soon as possible. So it's about 30 minutes further, and I think we moved about 2 kilometers, and finally traffic seems to be clearing a little bit, so I can drive about 70 kilometers an hour now, but around every corner traffic stops again. So that's a strange thing about the Netherlands, you know, it's driving, stopping, you know, it's very, very frustrating. It takes a lot of time, and the worst thing is that the sun is already up on that side, showing its magical golden light. So I'm about, in normal traffic, 5 minutes away from where I wanted to do my shoot. And yeah, let's just hope that these last 5 minutes are not gonna cause that much of a problem. But usually this part that's coming up is usually the worst. So I arrived about 15 minutes later than I expected. So I planned to be here like 20 to 25 minutes before sunrise. And yeah, that's a little bit problematic for the opportunities. So there is some nice light here. So I'm gonna try to see if I can find something interesting. But it's gonna be real difficult because, as you can see, you know, I would almost say that the best of the light is already gone. But there's always something to photograph, you know, and that's what I'm going for. And I feel that I've didn't put myself out in challenging conditions enough over the past year or so. You know, I see a pretty nice image right now, but there's a lot of open spots in the sky behind it. But the shapes of the trees were pretty nice. But I'm sure we will find something. So yeah, not gonna give up. At least not yet. So I found a nice tree. The only negative thing is that there's no light hitting it directly. And I think it's because of the tree is behind a tree line and not because the sun is behind a couple of clouds at the moment. But if you just look on the other side here, it's about this tree over here, which looks rather nice. And if you look through the camera, you see it looks like this. And I think I would position it a bit like this. Trunk on the left side and then that branch hanging to the right. I think that's rather nice image. So taking this, and then I'm gonna walk a little bit further, because hopefully you can see behind me there that the sun is hitting that part. So I'm gonna look for a couple of trees there. And hopefully that will make a difference, but it's a shame there's no light on this one, because the shape really stood out along all the other trees here. So yeah, let's go ahead. So I walked up to this viewing point and you can see now that the sun is coming from that side, and with backlit trees it usually gives some nice opportunities, and especially here on the left side there's one tree that looked really nice. It has a bit of yellowish orange autumn colors to it, and let me just try to show you. You see, it's all about this tree over here, and the light is coming from that side. So I was thinking, if you just frame up something like this, you get this isolated tree against a really dark background here, and then if the light pushes through, which right now is not because the sun is behind a cloud again, but if it does, you get this beautiful atmosphere. So I'm gonna take that shot before the light disappears, and the light is gone. And the light is probably gone for quite some time because there's a thick cloud rolling by at the moment. So yeah, that's a shame. I took one shot before I started recording, so hopefully that one worked out. So let's see. This is the shot. So I just talked to this other photographer who came all the way from Belgium to this area because apparently there's like almost a guarantee to photograph wolves here. And I have no idea. You know, I'm not that into wildlife that I follow along where animals are and what the hotspots are. But he told me if you walk all the way to the back, there's a field and they're supposed to be there, but this was his second day and yesterday he didn't see them. So, you know, maybe we'll get lucky and get some wildlife. But yeah, the sun is still behind the cloud. And in the meanwhile, I decided to walk a little bit further because I know there is a forest here on the left side where there are some trees that are really different than the other trees in that area. So I'm just hoping for these small yellow trees. For example, if you look now on the other side here, you know, it's a very dark forest with only the same straight tree trunks. So if you find one yellow tree in there, you immediately get a nice image, and that's what I'm looking for. You know, these strangers in the crowd. That's the thing I always look for. But especially in autumn, the chances of success with that approach is really nice. So let me search on for a minute and I'll get back to you when I find something. So I did find one of those trees that I'm looking for, but if you look behind me now, in the forest right here, there's one of these really standout trees that I'm looking for. But this one's on the wrong side of the forest. So if you look, let me turn you around, it's much easier. There is my tree, but that background there is all yellow, so it doesn't stand out as I would want to. And would it have been on this side, then it would have been a fantastic image. So I just have to look a little bit further. I walked around this tree to see if I can get something, but it gets quite messy quite fast if it doesn't separate enough from the background. And there's no fork here to use, so I'm only going for color separation. And right now I'm entering another open field, and I can already see a lot of yellow trees standing open there, in the open, in front of a large green background. So that might be interesting. So, oh, nice. So as you can probably see behind me, the light has gone back, and immediately those vibrant yellows are really standing out of the rest. And there are a couple of these yellow trees here on the tree line behind me, which look really interesting. So you can see it right here. For example, just look at this one here popping out of that background. Now it looks really, really nice. And also on the other side there are a couple of those yellow trees. And you know, that's what I'm looking for. And usually when you underexpose those images a little bit, you won't blow out these yellows. And you make this background a little bit darker. And then they pop out even more. So let me quickly get a couple of shots and see if that worked out or not. So on the other side there, that's a really beautiful tree, but I have to include a bit of the sky to get that. So I hope it's not going to get too boring. But on this side, I can isolate them right in front of that dark forest. So yeah, let's give it a shot. So I'm facing a bit of a problem here. Like 2 days ago, I did my autumn photography workshop in Belgium. And unfortunately, we had a lot of rain. So all the equipment got completely drenched in rain. It was horrible, but we still got a couple of nice images. But I didn't record any video material there because the Osmo is not waterproof and this camera is. But now I'm experiencing a bit of a problem. So let me show you on the back of the camera what the problem is. I hope you can see it. You see, if you look in the viewfinder, you can see that there is fog on the inside of the viewfinder. So I can't wipe that away. Like, let me show you if I just wipe my finger across it. You see, it is still there. And if you ever had this problem, that there is a bit of water or moisture on the inside of your viewfinder, there's actually quite an easy way to fix this. I had it before. Just detach your lens when you're at home and put your camera somewhere where there's not that much noise, like moisture. For example, put it somewhere above a radiator or somewhere where it's warm, so that that moisture can evaporate from your body. And then when it's done, put your lens there also, make them the same temperature and then connect them again, and you won't have a problem anymore. So yeah, this is just due to me changing lenses in the middle of the rain. You know, it's stupid, but sometimes a situation demands for a different lens, and then I'm always like, okay, I just have to do this, I have to change lenses. But now I'm paying the price because I can only see the image on the LCD on the back, so not on the viewfinder. So just detach your lens, leave it somewhere for a while that that moisture can evaporate, and then you can just use it again. No, it's not a permanent problem. Yeah, it solves itself over time. So I just found this really awesome dead tree here on this little field in front of me, and while I'm taking this picture, the light faded, because at first I thought it was really nice with those vibrant yellow leaves behind it, but then the light disappeared and it got a little bit of a flat scene, but that might have worked even better. So let me just show you two images next to each other with light and without light, and tell me what do you like more. But let me first show you this shot, because I think it's worth photographing even in conditions like this. You see, it's about these trees over here, and that one really stands out to me. I think it's going to be a 1x1. And you see all those yellow leaves behind it. Right now they're not as vibrant, but when sunlight hit it, it just looked really nice. And while I was standing here taking this picture, the guy from Belgium that I saw earlier approached me. And he said, "Do you see the wolf again?" And I'm like, no wolf. And he showed me a picture that just 2 minutes ago, the wolf walked on the field behind this tree towards this side. So he thought I'd seen the wolf, but I haven't. I'm just photographing the trees. So apparently people think I'm kind of a weirdo when I'm walking around here, you know, with my orange jacket, photographing animals. But I'm not here for the animals, you know. I'm here for the colors and the trees. But if a wolf would walk through the scene, I would take it. I would definitely take it. But let me know in the comments, which shot do you prefer, with the light or without the light? Or if you think it's rubbish, it's also possible. Just let me know in the comments. Yeah, this is it. So I'm going to end today's video. I hope you enjoyed this little autumn trip. Not the best conditions, but somehow I feel that I got too much of these average trips recently. You know, the weather has been not working with me, to say the least. But yeah, I don't know. It's very difficult to find something interesting over the past 2 months. So I'm struggling a little bit, but couple of decent images, but it's been a long time since I shot something portfolio worthy that was worth putting on the website, you know, and that's kind of the standard that I'm looking for. At least one image that was worth it. Maybe that backlit tree that I shot from the top of that hill in the beginning, but yeah, I don't know. So let me know in the comments, what did you think of this video? Was it worth watching or not? You know, and let's just hope that weather is going to improve soon, and that yeah, things will get better. No, it can only get better. So at least I was out here again, enjoying it, and that's the most important lesson for today. Just go out, and maybe if I didn't have the traffic and I had a little bit of that good light in the beginning, that would have made things much easier. So yeah, you should stop complaining and head out another time. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please push that thumbs up button if you did, and the subscribe button if you're not one of those 10,000 subscribers that already subscribe to the channel. You know, your support is massively appreciated, and you can also become a member or hype this video. So underneath this video there's a hype function, and you become a member. You know, your support is massively appreciated. So hope to see you in the next video. Hopefully something better than today, and we'll just see. See you then. Bye bye.